Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new series called Gaming with Adrian. We're going to be looking at some old and new games, some interesting stuff. I thought this would be a very relevant way to kick off revisiting one of the classics, none other than Age of Empires, the original, 1997. And I think the reason for choosing this as my first series would be, I think a lot of people that got into Age of Empires were very young when this came out, and this was very complex for its time. So I thought I'd revisit it, see what the mechanics look like, and see if we can't kick ass and, you know, play the campaign on its hardest difficulty. So without a further ado, let's get into it and see what we need to do. Okay, so we're kicking off with the first scenario. It's called Hunting, and the scenario instructions is, just to note, this is 8000 BC. The ice age has passed. Plants and wildlife are plentiful thanks to the improved climate. Although the technology of your tribe is still primitive, your hunting skills are excellent. Establish a small village on the Nile Delta island and grow your tribe to 7 people. The objective is to create 7 villagers. To assign a villager to hunt, click the villager and then right click on the animal to hunt. For example, to hunt a gazelle, right click on it, the villager hunts the animal, gathers the food and deposits into the town center. Where it is added to your stockpile, as shown in the upper left corner of the game screen. Create a villager. Villagers cost 50 food. To create a villager, click on the town center and then click on the create a villager button at the bottom of the game screen. After a brief training period, the villager appears beside the town center. Building houses. Houses cost 30 wood. Each house supports 4 villagers. The town center also supports 4 villagers. To build a house, click a villager, click the build button at the bottom of the game screen, click build house button, and then click a location on the map. The house is shown in red if you cannot build on the particular location. To display these instructions while you're playing the game, click the menu button at the menu bar and select scenario instructions for more help achieving the objective. Click hints. Okay, so it seems fairly simple for getting into this. I think this is just a good training simulation. So we start off with 1 hunter and 30 food. So I can't train another hunter until I have actually sort of gathered a bit of food. And another important thing to note is each hunter, I think, can only carry 10 units of food, as indicated here on the left. As soon as it gets to 10, you'll then deposit back to the town center, and this gazelle, I think it's only 140 units of meat, and if you actually leave the gazelle out, it will start deteriorating. So it's very important to get the food source, especially when you're hunting, to get to it as quick as possible with as much villagers as possible. So I can actually train another villager, so our population should stand on 2. They said the town center supports up to 4 villagers and or Egyptian hunters. And we'll train the second hunter and get him to just add to the stockpile. Just another neat little thing to note, if you go to the game settings here, this was something that boggled my mind. I remember when playing this for the first time as a kid, I never understood a lot of these options. First thing to note, I'm playing on the base resolution. The only reason for that is I want it to be as authentic as possible. Secondly, this pathfinding. When you start off the game, it will actually be on default. If you move it to medium or high, it actually affected the overall gaming performance of the game on older systems. So I remember that I could never set this to high because the computer I had at that stage just couldn't handle it. So just a nice little important thing to note. And that the pathfinding does help out a lot, because the pathfinding in Age of Empires, the original, is really not good. Villagers tend to walk into each other or block each other, so enabling that to high really helps out a lot. Even though this is a very simple objective, I think it's going to be very tedious. Like you can see there, that hunter blocked the other one. I think it's going to be very tedious just for the fact that I've only got 2 guys going at it at the moment, and I need to create 7 villagers. So things should speed up as soon as I get the 3rd villager. Then I'll let him start hunting for an alternative food source. So by the time these 2 guys are done, they should be able to join in on that. And we just scooped up that villager. We'll start gathering right there. And this guy's also done. See if we can just scoop up a little easy kill here. There we go. So everyone should be going at a steady pace at the moment. we need to actually train another hunter and then go straight for housing so that we can actually train more hunters. As you can see, everything in this game is very oversimplified, but what is nice about it is you can literally assign as much workers to any given task as you want to. And I think that's a neat idea. So if you're building a building, the more you assign to the building, the faster it will go. Obviously, pathing is an important thing, so you won't be able to get too much guys on one piece of meat. But let's get a house down. 30 wood. The buildings do actually build quite fast. And then I'll let this guy join in here at the bottom. There we go. I need one of these guys to just pick off another gazelle to speed up the process. There we go. So we've almost reached the 7 workers. There we go with another worker going. Just need to keep an eye on all these workers and what they are actually harvesting, so that we don't run out of food, just like this guy ran out now. There we go. But this should provide like a nice little steady stream, and I can then in turn create a hunter with every deposit of the current hunters that are depositing. And there we go. I think if this guy's done, the first campaign mission will be ended. And I know this is very simplified, but as we progress it will actually get more difficult, that I can guarantee. There we go, you are victorious. Okay, so hunting was good along the Nile, and the inhabitants of the region lived well. As a result, population densities increased and the people prospered. The tiny Egyptian tribe passed its first hurdle on the long road to building a mighty empire. Okay, gives us a little score there, and the time. Okay, ladies and gents, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I am going to be doing as much videos as possible. We'll be doing 1 mission per video, and like I said, any comments, any suggestions, there's no such thing as bad feedback, so yeah, I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to try and continue and finish this off as quick as possible. So see you again, and thanks for joining me at Gaming with Adrian. Cheers.